There's a time I was obsessed with Fikfa Maker. Because I truly, truly believe there's a time he was making music for girls who just want to get down and shake their ass.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Yes.
Who? By whom? By whom?
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
you would be surprised by who?
Who?
You guys, let me tell you something. When they tell you don't meet your heroes, it's not a lie. Those people, they're normal people, and also they have bad manners.
Who is like your dream concert?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
No, like Beyonce. If, guys,
I like that you didn't even let me finish the question.
yes, if I could, because
Yeah.
the thing is, I yearn, like what I yearn for the most is to produce a concert that is actually like full production. It's a fear of, it's a small industry and people talk, and the thing that I would hate the most with my entire life is now to like find myself on like Senga acid. You guys, that is a fear of mine.
Guys, welcome to another exciting episode of It's Never That Serious. We are at Zest. I'm dressed by SCW. Today, I am very excited to be introducing my next guest. You might have seen her a couple of places.
Here and there.
Handling business. By the way, she's always handling business.
Yes.
She's an events coordinator, events planner, manager, producer, everything, all the things, and a creative director as well. Welcome to the podcast, Afsa.
Finally.
Afsa Umutesi. Umutesi?
Umutesi. Can just go by Afsa. I think I'm trying to like do like Beyonce and just go
Yeah.
by just one name.
I know.
yeah.
Okay, Afsa. To be honest and to be fair,
Yeah.
you might be the only Afsa that I know.
I'm the only Afsa that most people know.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
And then there's the awards, but then there's it's you and the awards that I
Oh
know.
my god. The awards are Asfas, guys.
They're
My name
Asfa.
is not Asfa.
It's
Afsa.
Afsa. Okay.
So different.
You see, us guys with like dyslexia, we are like, that's one thing.
But you're many. I'm like I'm always like, come on.
Okay, welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
So the title of the pod, sorry, the name of the pod is It's Never That Serious. So we keep it just like lighthearted vibes and everything. So just bear that in mind.
I love that.
Okay.
I've been dying to be like on a never that serious podcast. Something that's just lighthearted.
So let's even start with you. You have a podcast.
Yes, she knows best.
Tell me about that.
Let me see, where do I even start? It's so she knows best. I host it with my friend Liz, who's one of my best friends. We've known each other since secondary school. And I think Liz and I always have these conversations. It's weird because our friendship sparked in like a literature class where we're just going back and forth, just critical thinking things of like you're just discussing things. So we've been friends for such a while, but we have this thing where these memes where they be like you and your best friend are talking, you talk to each other on like 5 different platforms. So you're texting you have a conversation going on TikTok, you have a conversation going on Instagram, and then on WhatsApp, because they're all different conversations.
Yeah.
And with us, it's also the same because we're always sending each other stuff. Like we have so much commentary. Like we are very, very opinionated people. So I think we figured, you know what? If men can have podcasts and talk a lot of rubbish and nonsense, why can't we?
Yeah.
And I truly believe what we're talking about might not be that serious, but then it is kinda, because we try to talk about topics that ideally are really serious, but like in a very lighthearted way, in a way that you would talk about it with your friends at drinks or even at home, just discussing with friends. So it's really just that we're trying to create a safe space for us to discuss topics that are serious, but then in a very lighthearted way, in a very so that everyone can feel comfortable enough to dissect some of these issues, some of these topics further than what we usually do.
Yeah.
But like in a fun way.
And now you're in front of the camera.
And now-
usually when you're in your line of work, you're behind the scenes.
It took Liz maybe like 4 years to convince me to do that podcast.
Yeah.
Because I would never, even interviews, like even this is really very rare for me. I remember the first podcast I ever did was with what is it called? The Tribe UG podcast. And I remember Felix to convince me to do it. He had to talk me into it. I was like, what? What do you mean I won't speak in front of a camera? Because me being in front of a camera has never been something that I've even thought of doing.
Why is that?
Because like it's people will feel like those who know me won't be surprised, but if you don't know me like that, you'll be surprised to know that I'm super introverted. Like I'm also kind of shy. Exactly. But I mask it very, very well. So, like growing up, I'm a middle child. Like growing up, I was really quiet, very, very shy. I never used to really like, even with my siblings, it was, I'd play with them, but also it was because after my mama told me get out of the house, you get like I would always be in front of the TV doing something, you get, or reading a book, just tucked away. So I've never been the kind of person who's in front of anything. So the attention of being in front of a camera is like, oh my God. But I love storytelling. I love reading. I love watching TV and all these things. So me being behind the camera and telling stories that way, or even doing concerts and productions and stuff like that, that stuff, I love it.
Yeah.
But being in front of the camera is hard. So it took Liz a while to convince me. Like it was begging and pleading and threats and everything until finally I was like, you know what? Okay, fine, let's do it.
Because that was going to be one of my first questions. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, when people first meet you, what's their first biggest misconception about you?
People think I'm a very bubbly, happy-go-lucky person.
That's what I think as well.
That's not who I am at
Really?
all. Like to know me is to know my safest place is by myself. Like if I didn't have to, I would be in my like COVID. You guys, I remember like there's a friend of mine who texted me, one of my friends. He texted me, he was like, Afsa, on a group chat, he was like, Afsa must be living her best life right now. And I was like, guys, you don't even understand. Because then I didn't have the obligation to be outside. I didn't have to be. You get like, I had the perfect excuse. So it was like, for me, COVID, like, guys, I was living my best life. Because
Yeah.
if I'm at home, I have TV, I have my books, I have nothing, like just by myself, I will be okay. Like I can spend 2 days and not talking to a person and I'm fine.
Were you living alone during COVID?
For some time.
Okay.
So I lived alone maybe for like the first maybe 6 months. Then my sister moved in with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
because let me tell you, I also like my alone
Yeah.
time, but you can run mad.
No, but you see, that's the thing for me. That
You won't.
is, like I won't. Like I won't at all.
Yeah.
Like I will be very, very fine. So that's the thing. So I think that's the first misconception is people think like I'm like this really happy-go-lucky person, but I mask very, very well, which of course is draining because by the time I go back home, I have to like recharge because you get. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So how and why did you decide to get into one of the most the most outgoingest, extrovertedest line of work?
You know, to this day, my family, my mom, like no one actually believes I do this kind of work because like how?
Yeah.
What? But even me, I'm like, what am I doing here, guys? No, but I didn't decide.
How did you get
one of
into
those
yeah?
things? I went. So first of all, I think we have to take it way back
Okay. To the beginning.
to the beginning because I hated school with all of my life. I hated school. I hated math with all of my life. So anything. So when I got to uni, the one thing that I actually really wanted to do was production, surprisingly. But I wanted to do media production. So if I could have been able to do film, by the way, I would have done film. But by then, I really didn't have that information to be able to like do the research and see if like there's film schools. I don't know if there were film schools at that point. I just didn't have that information. So when I applied to uni, I had two things. I had two rules. One, I was not going to do math. Two, I was not going to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to school, to go to class. So I was doing the evening class. I was doing the evening class. And I remember like me and my sister going through the application form. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do journalism because there was a broadcasting thingy on journalism. I was like, I'm going to do that because then I get to do broadcasting. And, you know, maybe I can transfer that knowledge to production. So it's like, okay, I kid you not, you know, they give you 4 slots. 3 of them were journalism. I told my staff, if I don't get it, I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's what I'm going to do. So I said like, okay, after just the last one. So the last one, I think I put something like human resource or something like that. Like I had to go through the syllabus to make sure there was no mathematics in it. So I got journalism, doing evening classes. But the problem with that, when you go to do evening classes, remember you're spending the whole morning doing nothing. So by the time 4 p.m. comes for you to go to class, you're lazy. So you don't go to class. So I spent the whole first semester not going to class. I think I went to class like just a handful of times. I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So now what I decided to do, I was like, I'm still not going to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to class. So what I decided to do, I told everyone who could hear me. That's the thing with me. Like, if I want something, everyone will know that I want something, because I'm like, I don't know who's going to get it to me. And so I told anyone and everyone. So then one of my friends, Arthur, recommended me to his cousin, who they had just started a new company, but they were, I mean, so kind of like what we do now at this age is you have a company, but you have like other jobs. So they needed someone to like liaise the three partners, between the three partners, to like make it work. So I'm like, I can do it. Let me, like, recommend me. So he recommended me. I did the interview. I got it. That job was with House of DJs. House of DJs had just started doing blankets and wine. And they had, I think they had a contract with Smirnoff for Smirnoff the Night and activations for Smirnoff. So now I'm like, at this point, I'm liaising between the directors. But me liaising between the directors, of course, now at some point transitions into production. So I'm doing production, I'm doing all these things. And then before I know it, I've graduated uni, because journalism was 4 years. I've graduated uni. I have all this experience in production, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this? But again, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't choose it. Like, things just kept happening, and then of course I'm like, I'm not going to go and start looking for a job. I'd done actually that's how we met. Actually, I was doing an internship at New Vision. I did an internship at New Vision. They wanted me to be in front of the camera. Actually, rest his soul, Bush baby, wanted me to be in front of the camera. I said nope. I'm not being in front of the camera. So I left New Vision. So I left New Vision, continued production, and then of course created all these other companies and opportunities outside of production that really speak to what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So a lot of my career is very things happening.
Yeah.
You get like
right place, right time,
right time,
yeah.
right decision, right person, things like that. And then here I am.
Yeah.
So I didn't choose it. I did not choose it, guys.
But it chose you.
It chose me. I swear to God, it chose me. It's not me.
Yeah. Okay, like what's
Yeah.
a very valuable lesson that this journey has taught you?
I think just not to be stuck in what we think our lives are supposed to look like. Because the truth is, when I was younger, I remember having these discussions with a friend of mine and a couple of other friends, and I swore up and down how entrepreneurship never. It could never be I.
Why?
How?
I feel like that's the goal for most of us.
Because it's the thing, like I really like the soft life. Like, I'm really, really a baby girl at heart. Like, I don't want anything that needs work. You get? I just need to, like, because me in my head it was, entrepreneurship, you have to build, you have to do all these things. I'm like, let me go to the office, get paid, and leave. And then, of course, and funny enough, my friend was like, no, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Like, I have to build my own businesses. I was like, please, release me.
And now?
Things changed. She's the one in the office. But that's the thing. Like, my advice would be, just don't get stuck in what you think your life should be. I think one of my biggest prayers to God, every time I pray, every time I get on a mat and pray, I always ask God to just guide my path. Like, just guide me down the path that you feel is right, that you know is right for me, the path that is for me. And my thing is, if this is a path that I'm going down, and I pray to God, this is the path I'm supposed to be on. So I don't really fight it. Of course, I'm not saying just be there and like hope and pray, but no, like, don't, because things might be going well in this path, but then for you've envisioned this path and you're like, no, that's not where I'm supposed to be. But what if it is?
Yeah.
You get? Also, what if this is a path you're supposed to take to then come back to where you're supposed to be? Yeah. So I think, because I mean, so I think that for me, that's my thing. Don't get stuck in what you think it's supposed to look like.
So, event planning, you said you were in uni. Your first event was Blankets and Wine. Blankets and Wine is a very big first event, if I'm being honest.
Right?
Yeah. Like,
Right?
what was that experience like, and what shocked you about that experience?
Bruh.
Yeah.
First of all, that experience. No, you see, that experience is special because it was 2 in 1. Because my first experience. First of all, if you ever meet me and you tell me Liquid Dip is your best blankets and wine, I will cry tears for
It
you.
is my best
I will
blankets.
cry, like you will trigger me into crying. Because I remember I was so that was my first event.
It was your first.
Very okay. Not technically not, because now I skipped a few things because
Uh-huh.
now in VAC, my friends and I created something called K Glam. It was like an online magazine where we profiled like socialites, like really people, like it was really our peers, artists, socialites, creators, all these things. Then we would do for every launch of the magazine, we'd do an event. So technically, those were my first events. They were really like fun club events, if I do say so myself. But but with House of DJs, those were my first events. It was Man of the Night. It was on Saturday, and then on Sunday was Blankets and Wine, Liquid Deep. So now I have to book artists. I have no idea about backline, hospitality riders, hotels, sound check. I'm like, what is all of this? But me being me, I'm like, sure, we'll figure it out. Easy peasy.
I tell those days there was no chat GPT.
There was no chat GPT. You never had to
That's
ask.
key to
Maybe
note.
You go, but Google is gonna give you like some
Like a
random
general
things,
thing.
General things. So you
Yeah.
don't really know.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh, anyways, so I feel and the thing is, it's one of the best things that they did for me, but also it's super scary because you guys, my bosses at that point threw me in the deep end. And I don't even mean deep end of the swimming pool. You guys, I was in the ocean trying to swim. But like I would ask you, like, figure it out. Like, yeah. Anyways, so
Me, I'll just
man
go
of-
home and sit. You should tell me figure
but
it out.
You get, but that's the
I'm
thing,
joking.
like, yeah, of course you can't, but also, I mean, some people would. Some people would just be
Yeah.
like, please, I'm not going
Now
to
where do I start?
Where do I start?
You give me their contact so I don't.
You get me. You know the number of times I had to figure it out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so I go. So Saturday is Man of the Night. So the artist comes. I have to book DJs. I don't know any of these DJs. I think the only person, actually, I didn't know any of these DJs. People are rude. They're so misogynistic. They are this. You guys, I'm dealing with men. I'm just a tiny, small 20-year-old
You're just
girl.
a girl.
I'm just a
In the
girl.
literal sense.
In literal sense, like I was just a girl. I'm like, guys. Anyway, so Liquid Dip comes. We set up Man of the Night. Amazing. It's an amazing night the night before. So I have to go check how Man of the Night is going. But then I also have to go back and make sure that the setup for Blankets and Wine is happening. I have all these people who need my attention, all these things happening. Remember, I also have class. One of my bosses, Paul Kahir, I remember he told me, he was like, Afsa, you're not stupid. I know you're not stupid. If you fail your school, you're also fired. So which means in all of this, I have to make sure I'm performing at school. Anyways, so Smile of the Night happened, Blankets and Wine happened the next day. It rained. I think the night of, it rained so much. It was so muddy. It was all these things where people came, people showed up, people had a blast. I remember there was an after party, so we go to the after party and everyone is happy. You guys, like at some point, like my bosses were like tossing me in the air. Everyone is happy. You guys, I went back home. I remember staying with my sister at that point. I went back home, just sat down, bawled my eyes out.
Why?
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was tired. I was proper tired. My sister looked at me. She's like, "You're not going back." What do you mean? And like one of my bosses was friends with my sister. So my sister calls like, she's not coming back. He's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, she's not coming back. So I wake up the next time, I'm like, you know what, let me go back.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
Yeah.
But that was my very first experience. So, but I think, and to be honest, I don't think any other events have been any different. I feel like every after an event or even during, I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
It has to
never
be.
in my life will I do this
Yeah.
again. What is this ghetto?
What is something that, like, us on the outside, because us on the outside, we experience the event from a completely different lens than you
I can't
do.
even do that anymore.
What is something that is about events planning
Yeah.
and management and coordination and everything that surprised you, that you weren't prepared for, like took you by surprise as somebody who is on the other side of the glass?
I think it's mostly how much it's more about people management than it is about actually at least my job, my part of the job, right? I tell people sometimes I'm like, honestly, as an event producer, I'm a glorified babysitter because I can't carry metals. I cannot switch on move the lights. I can't sing to save my life. You get like, I cannot do anything that is needed to do the event, right? But what I have to do is make sure, like Sabrina, if Sabrina needs something, I'm able to provide that for her to be able to perform. If this one, so it's people management, and that is now where my personality and the job just don't mix.
Yeah.
But somehow I've made it happen, and I don't know, even to this day, I don't know how it works. But I'm actually good at my job.
Because I was gonna ask you, for people who want to get into that line of
Yeah.
work, because there are people out there who are looking at you like,
Yeah.
I wish I could have that opportunity.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most important skill that someone needs to have to do what you do?
That's the thing. Me, what I do personally, it's people management.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a people person. You have to learn to be a people person, because a lot of the job that I do is really people management, is making sure that this one has what they need to be able to deliver, that one has what they need to be able to deliver. So I think that's the biggest skill. So I don't know how you learn that. I don't know how you learn that. I can't really tell you, but that's really the thing that you hold on to the most. But then also organization. And organization, from my experience, is not like a one-way thing. Everyone has a way that they do their thing, but you just have to figure out your way of being organized. So because if anything falls under, like, under the whatever, like,
Under the radar
under
or
the
something.
radar, if anything falls under the radar, it's on you. You get, because yes, the person who is supposed to do it maybe didn't do it, but at the end of the day, you're the producer of the event. You're supposed to produce the event, so you're the one that's moving around things and moving. So yes, they might forget, but you're supposed to make sure they don't forget. Yeah.
Gosh, me and my ADHD, aka
Yeah,
anxiety.
it's tricky.
I would
It'll be
I would
tricky.
pass away. Do you
It'll
know,
be
I
tricky.
listen to stories. I was
Yeah.
talking to Sammy,
Yeah.
and he was talking about, the events that he organizes and plans and stuff like that.
Wild.
And I remember he told me a story about how, like, say the day of, something happens with the artist, or
Yeah.
something happens with the weather, or something happens with the service provider, and I'm like, bro,
But also that's the thing, you guys, that
I
you
can't.
have to like siwa mutima. Because there are some things now. You tell me rain, I'm like, no, what do you want me to do?
Like, am I the weatherman?
You guys,
Am I God?
Rain has never. You guys, things that keep me awake. Rain, me
Is not one of
it's
them.
not one of them. Like,
Yeah.
there are some things I just allowed. I just, like, I can't. I'm not.
Mm.
If I'm now worrying about rain, what am I going to do? the next day?
Honestly, like,
So, yeah.
it's beyond you.
It's beyond me.
What are you
do want
supposed
me
to do? Yeah.
What do you want me to do? You get. So yeah. So there's some things where, man, like, also, if people have bought tickets, you guys, do you know how many events I've been to Anita's Rain? And people,
Yeah.
like, if people want to be there, they'll be there.
They'll be there.
They'll be there.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, the time Neo came, we went and swam.
Bruh,
we
it
went and
was-
swam.
Well, I remember giving away my tickets, because I was like, you guys, it has never been that
You
serious.
did
I
what?
gave away that ticket.
That was a concert not to give away your tickets on, is all I'll say. It was a good one.
No, like, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Yeah,
it has
no.
never ever been that serious.
Do
ever
you know
in
what
my
I
life.
remember so clearly and vividly about that concert?
Yeah.
Was, I think they had just introduced coconut waraji, right?
Oh,
It had just
It had
dropped,
just
right?
come.
So we got to the stalls to buy alcohol,
And
and
they
we
give you
find
orange.
coconut. There was the ordinary
Yeah.
one and then the coconut one. We smelled it, it's like, oh, it smells like Malibu.
yeah.
Give us like 5.
Ah.
There's a friend of mine. She didn't see Neo. She did not see Neo. Like, the coco took her. Like, she was done.
Drunk coconut, what? Like an amad.
Because, like, when it had just come out, we were like,
No,
what
guys were
is
so
this?
excited
We
about
were
it, I
so
can
excited
imagine.
about it when it had just
Yeah.
come out. Now, let's get to the good part. Us guys want to know the tea.
What's tea?
Who is the most? Okay, don't tell us who is the most. But I've heard of, like celebrity. They call them riders.
Riders, like the craziest ones.
The craziest one. I want to know what the craziest one is.
The craziest one that I've dealt with would.
Oh, just for context, people don't know what a rider is, because even I just found out
so
recently.
a rider, okay, so there's two types of riders.
Mm-hmm.
There's a technical rider and there's a hospitality rider. So a technical rider is now like the technical things that they need to be able to perform. So like music instruments, sound, lights, things like that. And now hospitality rider, as you can hear in the what is hospitality. So it's some, about their comfort.
It's a list of
so
requirements.
requirements and needs. So to be honest, I think the craziest one I've had was, I mean, we haven't worked with that many artists in Uganda, but the craziest one I've seen was Burna Boy. Burna Boy's rider is wild.
What does he want? I saw somebody who wanted a Rolls Royce Cullinan. I said,
But they
Okay.
want like the craziest things, and also it's of course the things from like private jets and like first class flights and things like that. And then when get here, they have like specifics of like which cars they want to like be driven in. I'm driving you from Entebbe to the airport. No, like to I mean
To the
to the
hotel.
hotel. You're not going anywhere else. Me, I'm always like, you guys, if you ask and sit in the car, what else do you need? But I guess also, but also to be fair, from my experience is, and I think maybe we get away with it because it's Uganda, and maybe it's like more, they're more chilled about it, is man, you just talk to them and be like, man, I'm not going to find this juice. You guys, I've read juices that I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what is it?
Do they want you to import it or?
Random fruits. And I'm like, where am I supposed to get this fruit? We are in tropical Uganda. It does not grow.
Yeah.
But it's there on the list. But also you realize at some point that they share the same list they share with the California crew is the same
It's the
list
same
they share
list.
with me. You get? So I'm like, then they'll ask of course for like things like M&Ms and stuff like that. But funny enough, the like people like Boys to Men and Joe who you'd think would be so, can I curse?
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
would think would be so
That-
have I?
Too late. But also, like, that's one of the best things about this pod. You can
Yeah.
curse, man. Mhm.
So the artists who you think would be so anal about their things are not.
That's not
are
even a curse word, is
serious.
it?
I don't know. I don't know. You
Okay,
never
so
know.
the ones who you think would be anal are not.
But are not. So they're more chilled, and then the ones who are like, no way, like.
Busy. Yeah.
That guy will insist on his nuts. He's like, I want those nuts here. So yeah, so I think it's really quite an experience. But I think from my experiences, just talk to them and be like, "What? I don't know how to find this thing." So as long as you're honest, a lot of the time, also a lot of the times, it's the manager that's difficult and not the artist. And the artist is so chill, but the manager.
And Nico said the same exact
Eh?
thing. Yeah, she was like, managers be acting like the artist.
Manager is good. You deal with the manager and you're like, you guy, what's up? And the artist is like, no, it's fine. And you're like, no. You're like, you guy.
Who is the most famous person whose number you have in your contacts?
I don't know.
They're all famous.
No.
All of us.
No, I don't know. Who would it be?
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Yes.
Who? By whom? By whom?
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
you would be surprised by who?
Who?
Oliver Mtukudzi.
Okay.
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
Because that's the thing. I think with all the others is the other artists that I meet, like your Bana, your Wizkid, Joe, all these other guys. It's like yeah, we love their music, but it's like you get. But for Oliver, it was my parents knew him. You get like I grew up on his music and stuff like that. Surprisingly, he was the only one where I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you get. And
Yeah.
then he was like, how are you, young lady? I was like, oh. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. Surprisingly, that's the only person. That's the only person. And then maybe with Mikasa. You guys, Mikasa, the only reason I wasn't really starstruck, but I was super excited. The only
Yeah.
reason was because they had an album, like around the time they came, they had an album that had just gotten me through a very difficult period. So I was really looking forward to meeting them. And then they were so nice, so nice, so sweet. And it was just, so that was also very exciting.
Yeah.
But I think the other artists, it's really just, because you guys, let me tell you something. When they tell you don't meet your heroes, it's not a lie. Those people, they're normal people, and also they have bad manners.
I was
They
gonna.
have bad
That was gonna be my
manners.
next question. It's gonna be like, who's the not
Yeah.
the worst? Who's the nicest artist you met, like personality
Nicest-
wise? And you guys,
nicest-
I would say like you guys vibed and got
Yeah.
along well.
Nicest was definitely Mikasa. Like I can't forget my experience with Mikasa. Like, and they came twice, and both times I remember they came the first time, and the second time they came, they actually remembered who I was, and he was like, "What? You know who I am?" but like so Mikasa, was definitely so great to interact with them. Who else? I mean, Wizkid wasn't rude, but he wasn't like overly friendly. But it was just like he was chill.
Yeah.
He was chill to interact with. Who else? I mean, I've just told you about Oliver, who was really chill. Freshly Ground, they were also really chill. That like you would be there and they just come and sit with you and start jazzing.
Yeah.
So they were also really, really. They didn't want like this whole like, oh, like I want to sit on the side and what and stuff like that. yeah, I think the other, the Ben also from Rwanda, he's also really amazing. He's really, really chill. Who else? You have to remind me that people, so that who you've seen.
Malik Berry, I think.
Oh, Malik Berry was also really nice. For Malik Berry, I had the hugest crush on him.
Yeah,
So
me
it
too.
was really
Girl,
difficult
me
for
too.
me to interact with him. I remember, like, at some point I even texted, like, I remember I tweeted something, and then Keith was like, "But Afsa, you were just with him the other day." I was like, "Do you think I could even say anything?" But he was really he was really chill. Also, he was like, "Oh, like, hi," like he would interact, but like I'm there, I'm like,
You're like, compose yourself, compose yourself,
exactly.
compose
So
yourself.
now me, when I get in that mode, so now I just become like business mode of like, here's your mic, like, can I mic you? You get, like, because inside I'm melting. So yeah, that one, it was just like it just wasn't going to think it, because I was
Yeah.
like,
Do you have like a
yeah.
ritual that you perform the day of? Not a ritual per se,
Don't even say there's nothing. There
but
is
there's
no
things of
day
like
that
I
is the
have to
same.
sleep a certain amount of hours. I have. There's nothing like that.
Lie. There is
Eh.
no day that is the same. Not
Yeah.
a single day. Like, even from opening gates to closing, not a single thing. But there's just one thing that I always do, especially for big concerts. I always make sure that I get the time, like when the main artist gets on stage, I always make sure I get at least 10 minutes on the stage. So I'll do whatever I'm doing. But when he's performing, like, I'll get at least 10 minutes to be on the stage to just, like, one, breathe, but also just appreciate the work that we've done. And I think those 10 minutes is what has kept me going for all these 10 years I've been in this business. Because before then, I'm like, I am never, ever doing this again in my life. Don't bring it to me. I'm done. And then those 10 minutes, and I'm looking at the crowd, and everyone is like having such a. I remember Fireboy, right before we did Fireboy, I had told guys, I'm like, I'm not doing events anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm done doing concerts. Like, this is
Yeah.
not for me. But then I started working with Malembe, so we did Fireboy. And I remember just being on stage and just watching the crowd and just like the happiness on people's faces, the joy, the everything, and even like the artists. Because I have this thing where I always ask artists, I'm like, how was it for you? Like, because I truly, truly believe for the crowd to enjoy a performance, the artist also has to enjoy the performance. So even seeing just the artist also enjoy their performance, it just gives me so much joy. So those 10 minutes is what has kept me going. So that's the only like thing that I try to do as much as I can. Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to? I'm curious to know what kind of music.
Katogo.
What kind of music you're into? Like, what's your favorite genre?
To be honest, I'm a baby girl, so like I love R&B. Like, I
Okay.
will listen to like old R&B, new R&B, all the new ones, all the old ones. I love, love, love. But I think I'm also a mood listener. So I might wake up in the morning, I'm just trying to shake my ass.
Who are you trying to listen to when you're trying to shake your ass? Who do you listen to?
Uh, who am I listening to? So first of all, you can never go wrong with your Sean Paul. With like, you get like all the dance, or like the thingy ones, the classic dance. You get your Sean Paul, your Shaggy, but then also a bit of Afrobeats, because Afrobeats guys can think it.
Yeah.
There's a time I was obsessed with Fik Maker. Because I truly, truly believe there's a time he was making music for girls who just want to get down and shake their asses. So there was also that one. So I have like a little playlist for that.
Yeah.
Then of course there's a time you just want to be like, loved on. You just need a hug. So yeah, so I'm a very, very big mood listener, but at any point in time, then there is also a time, I used to be a conscious rapper listener.
Okay. Okay. I want.
But those
I
are
need
times
to.
in my life I don't discuss. Anyways, so there's also those times where like, bruh, like I was like, yeah, if it's not conscious rap, it's not real hip hop. Oh my God. Who was that girl? But anyways, so there's also that time when like, so I also love hip hop as well. So I'm just, sometimes like that day I was telling someone, I was like, man, I miss actually loving hip hop, because it's such a fun genre. But yes.
Hip hop. Me is my genre. So you said you like R&B. So the primary is R&B and then everything else,
And then
or
everything
okay.
else.
So who?
Eh?
Big three R&B. Who are your big three?
Ooh. New and old, right?
Yeah, it's okay. They're your big three to you.
Big three R&B. Let me see. It's big. Huh. I mean, Rihanna for sure. I don't know if she's considered R&B. She's more pop.
Yeah.
But I think she also has like some R&B in her. So I love Rihanna. Right now, I'm loving thingy. What's her name? Caesar. Like I like she has like R&B, but like body R&B.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
so I like that it's a bit different. Um, um, then I listened to Givion's album the whole of last year. Like I was inside, like I lived thinking inside that album. But I also love Daniel Caesar. I'm going to put you guys on someone. There's a guy called my boy Arlo. Oh my god! Like if you love R&B, please
I haven't.
give
I
him a
haven't.
try.
I'm gonna look for him
He's very
immediately.
like he's not mainstream.
He's very
Yeah, like, but he has
niche. Is that the
yeah, he's
word?
very. I think I don't know if he's new, but like I discovered him like a few months ago, and I just keep going back to like every time because now of course when you listen to someone a couple of times they bring them in your playlist, but every time he comes to my playlist I just go back to his work
Yeah.
because I think it's really really beautiful. But
Yeah.
let me see. But of course, the thingy ones, like I will sing to any Asha song that you put on, and I don't know, and I am very very well known for not knowing lyrics, but I somehow I will know Asha lyrics.
Yeah.
Who else? Yes, I think man, those are the biggest ones for now.
Who is like your dream concert?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
No, like Beyonce. If guys,
I like that you didn't even let me finish the
Yes,
question.
if I could, because
Yeah.
the thing is, I yearn, you know, like what I yearn for the most is to produce a concert that is actually like full production. Like, I mean, like, I want the girls, like, and this I'm talking about like Ugandans, like, I want the girls to like put on productions, like, do rehearsals, dance with your dancers, like, come on. You see, like, what Etania did for her Blankets and Wine performance.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what she's going to do for her
For
own
her
concert.
own
You
concert,
get, like, I
yeah.
want the girls to put on productions, to like go all out with costumes, like partner with people, with designers to do costumes. You get, like, I want, if only we could do something like that where it's full production storytelling on the stage. I yearn for that. And so yeah, so basically one day, even if I'm just like an intern on a Beyonce stage, that would be like my,
Yeah.
because of course she'll never come here, so that would be like
Because
my,
I think even just her rider we can't manage.
you can't manage her. You homophobes.
Oh, that's why she's not coming.
Yeah, she can't. She can't. She can't even if it was, because the rider they can pay for it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like when she went to SA, it was the charity thingy that paid for it.
Oh.
You get, so you technically I don't have to pay for it, but also you're homophobes. She's not
Yeah.
going to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Honestly speaking, I get what you're talking about, like production. I was watching the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Bad Bunny performance?
exactly.
And I was watching
Imagine.
the
Do you
production
know
and the
those
way
trees
they.
were human beings?
Yeah, I saw that later on.
Like you get like things like that, like just intention, but also of course budgets.
Intention.
I know budgets.
100%,
I know
100%.
budgets are different, but my thing is, even with the small budget that you have, like try and
Yeah.
put, like just create something different. Like be creative with your performance. You
Yeah.
can sing, you can dance, yes, but like what else can you give us?
And
You get,
what else can you do that is within your
within your scope,
your scope,
realm, your budget, like it
exactly your
doesn't always-
budget. It doesn't always have to be a field on the.
you get on the thingy, on the venue. No,
Yeah.
no, that's not, we're not saying that. You get, but just what can you do
Yeah.
that is different from the other performer, from the other artist? Like, what are you giving us? I mean, it's just something as small as even your visuals, your screen visuals. You get, like, most of the time you find artists performing and the production company, I'm the one creating the visuals for them. You get, like, why don't you have your visuals for your songs? Like, you're the one who knows what your song means, what the story you want to tell with your music. Why don't you take the time to work with a visual artist? Most of the artists that come, the international artists that come, they work with their what? They move with their lights person, their screens person, so their visuals are very personal to their music. You get, like, they work together, but you don't have visuals. You get, even to get someone who has recorded with their performance in the studio, you'll cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think that's what I yearn for. Like, I just I want people to put their backs into their performances.
I like that, and I agree, and I feel like I've been saying this as well for a while. Not even just like the
As a
because
consumer.
yes, because I remember the Neo concert. Because me when I watch these performances, I watch it from the perspective of like I'm the consumer, but also I'm like, what made me like this and
Yes.
not this? So I'm like, oh, so he came with his dancers. So he had
Uh-huh.
a what they call it, a band. So
Uh-huh.
each thing seemed intentional. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm
Yes.
gonna do this. And he wasn't dancing. Like if you can't dance,
He
you don't have
can't
to be
dance.
the
You don't
one
have
to
to
dance.
dance.
But
You
it's
get,
just
but it
like
has
the
to be like
girls
you
were
get like
dancing on
when
him
this
and they were
lyric
doing.
comes on and then there's like a dance and you're like you get things like that.
Exactly.
Like
You get
tell a story
excited.
with your performance.
Exactly. What in your experience, 10 years of experience, what makes or breaks an event? What's that make or break
I mean
thing?
tickets. Man, buy tickets for people's
Guys,
events.
buy the tickets.
Guys, buy tickets for
That
your friends' events.
it is what it
That
is.
day. But no, I think the biggest thing is, to be honest, organization, but also budget.
Yeah.
From my experience, if you don't have money, then it's hard to be organized because a lot of things is going to be done last minute. It's difficult to pay for stuff. If you can pay for a lot of things early on, then you're going to be more organized. So there's that. So of course, I'm saying be organized. Like plan your event properly. Like know what you want to get out of the event, how you want to do the event. Plan with your team really, really tightly. Like just have a tight knit team, but budget, guys. Like we don't like we're doing events, but we don't have money. You get well, events business is a charity case out here, especially us on the upper urban side. Like we are really playing in money.
Yeah.
But so I think that's, to be honest, that's the anyone that does events is probably going to agree with me. The biggest thing is budget because we would be able to do so much more, so much more if we had the budgets that we needed. So
So we're gonna shift gears a little bit.
yeah.
Are you dating?
God, I should have asked for this question.
Is
But what
there
does
someone who
dating
is
mean?
under
But
the
what does dating mean though? Let's first clarify
when
this
someone asks that question, I just know. You know what? Is someone? Let me clarify. Is someone under the impression
that
that they are dating you?
no, that one no.
Okay,
No, that I am with them. Like,
Yeah.
are they calling me their girlfriend
Yeah,
somewhere?
yeah.
No, that one no.
Yeah.
At least I don't think no.
Yeah, but you. So are you?
No, no. You have to like.
Check the archives
No, there's not.
to make sure
I might be lying to you here, but no, there's no. No, there's no one.
at this time.
At this point in time, there's no one.
Okay. Can I proceed?
I will continue. No, guys, at this point in time, today, when is it?
You chill.
No,
But
we
like,
can
what's
continue.
what's your experience been like
Dating?
dating in the current dating
To be
climate,
honest,
so to
I'm
speak?
also not the best person to answer to that because the thing is, I also I barely date, like barely. The people that I deal with,
Deal with.
are, I try as hard as I can. Also because of of who I am and like the industry that I'm in, I try as much as I can to date very much outside. Very much outside. So you'll find it's like when I travel or
You travel, so it will be
Yeah,
like
but
a long
also-
distance thing. Do you feel like that's the ideal situation for you?
for me,
Yeah.
long distance. In a perfect world, yeah.
Do you feel like maybe you're emotionally unavailable? I'm sorry. It has turned into a therapy
Maybe I'm a
session.
therapist. But no, not that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I have dated, of course, around, but it has to be also like very far away from, like, if I have ever seen you at any event, I cannot deal with you. You get, like, if I've seen you at like my events or like us or like mutual friends of like the people that I work with, I can't deal with you. It's a fear. It's a fear of, it's a small industry and people talk, and the thing that I would hate the most with my entire life is now to like find myself on like Senga acid. You guys, that is a fear of mine. Or even just like my partners or my people that I work with, to just like, I just don't want my name to be in people's mouths. So I try to like date very much outside. But a lot, like, I mean, and also when I'm saying travel, I'm not saying to like the United States, of course. Like I'm in Rwanda at least like 3 times a year or stuff like that. So I do date, but barely here. I try as much as I can. Of course, not that I don't at all, but I try as much as I can. But the ones that I'm dating here, like the ones that I've
Squinting.
dated here, it hasn't. To be honest, it hasn't been a good experience. I think it hasn't been. It's not anything to write home
It
to.
hasn't
That's
been
my
a
thing.
bad experience, but it hasn't been a good experience.
Yes, it hasn't, like, it's nothing that I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, like when you go back and tell your girls about a date, like it will be one of those, you know, like, yeah, it was nice, but you get, there's nothing to like be excited about. I think we don't know. I don't know if it's because we don't have things to do, or or the guys around just don't know how
Don't
to
put
date.
their backs into
They don't,
it.
exactly. They don't
I
put their
think they
backs into
don't. They
dating.
don't. They don't. They
You
don't
get like,
try.
let's go to dinner. Let's do this. Like,
Yeah,
bruh,
it's
all those
like
places you're going to
there's
recommend,
only
I've been.
there's only so much
There's
food I
only so
can
much.
eat.
Also, and you remember we were sitting at, and so you told me how I don't know how I don't like to, like, I don't eat because, oh my God, I like to eat. About, no, like that's not like, I eat because I need to
Yeah,
eat. You get.
yeah.
And most of the time, if you take me to dinner, I will probably have eaten, or I'm just going to like try and get. So it hasn't really been anything that I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, so now you tell us that. Oh my God, date.
Yeah.
What's one of the best dates you've been on?
Sabrina, why are you doing this to me?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, should I tell you mine?
You tell me
So
yours
this was a
first, and
very,
then I
very
say,
long time ago, right? I'm talking. I don't know why I had to put that disclaimer, but it's just been a while since I was on a date
a
like that.
proper
Anyway,
date
so it was like one of my first dates ever in life. I think I was just being introduced to the concept, so that's
of
why
dating.
it like blew me away. So this guy took me to like a spot, and it wasn't like a fancy schmancy anything. But the food was nice, and they had cocktails. I will never forget. Me, I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
The
And you
cocktails
see,
were
that makes
so
sense to take
good.
you as a foodie to like a good food place.
And it was like a kafunda type restaurant, but the food was so fire. When I
Yeah.
say kafunda, I don't mean like kafunda.
Yeah.
Like it was just like you know, like those theme restaurants that's like Mexican or
Yeah.
yeah. So it was really nice. The cocktails were so good. I've never had cocktails like that
Yeah.
in Uganda again. Anyway, and then afterwards we went to like the mall. We walked around and like he bought me stuff. Bought me stuff, mind you. This was like I don't know. I was still in uni, right? So this
Of
was
course,
like,
you're like, oh my
oh
God,
my
he's
God, he
spending
bought me
money.
stuff. And then we went to like the movies, and it was like a really nice movie showing.
Yeah.
And then he dropped me back home. I was still staying at my parents. So I felt like there was like intention in it, where
Yeah.
it wasn't just like dinner and chatting and whatever. So
Yeah.
we even walked around and got to know each other better, and like it just seemed thoughtful.
Yeah.
And then like after that, it's been like if you take me to like the gun range, I like that. I like that a lot.
So you see, exactly.
So that's those types of things.
Okay, now, okay, you've said that, and I remembered like a really cool day that I had with someone. So it was one of those. So again, like those like travel stuff. I think we met. I'd gone to. I'm just going to. All my friends are gonna be like, Afsa. Anyway, so I met the person in the airport. So like, we're just like we were going to the same destination. So like, hey, nice. But the person lived in that place, in that destination that we're going to. So I was like, oh yeah, like no, I'm just coming like see family, like events, what other stuff like that. He's like, hey, okay, like if you don't mind, give me your numbers. Like, you know, I'll give you my Instagram. Give me my Instagram. It's like message me and then we'll talk. So we go. Messages me immediately. He's like, hey, this is my Instagram, da da da. Okay, great. We get to the place. um in, instead of me taking a car, like he was like, oh, like someone's picking me up, do you want me to drop you? I was like, okay, that's nice, that's sweet. Drops me where I was staying. Great, thank you. So the next day, I think I had a thing the next day, but we kept talking. So on the weekend he calls. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" That was a Saturday. I'm like, I haven't yet decided. I might do like family stuff or whatever. So he's like, do you have some time to spend with me? I was like, what do you mean sometime? Like, what time do you
How
want?
much time? Yeah.
He was like, no, I want to pick you up in the morning, go to breakfast, and then we see what happens. So I was like, okay. I was like, anyway, Kale. It is. So we picks me up, we got breakfast, have breakfast. Then like great breakfast, jazzing, chatting, great company. Then after that, we go to, he's like, oh, like, I want to run some errands. So we go. I get in the car. We go. He like picks up his stuff, picks up, buys some stuff. He needed to buy some stuff. Goes to the bank. He was like, "Do you want to come in with me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I go to the bank. We chit chat in the bank. After that, there was this place that had like it's like a game center. So it's like, "Oh, like have you like when was the last time you like did something?" Actually, he literally said, "When was the last time you did something childish?" I was like. Anyway, so we go to the game
He doesn't
center.
know.
I don't know. Even as a child, did I do
You
anything
didn't do it.
childish?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to the game center, do like a lot of games, do like the games and stuff like that. It was actually really, really fun. But I think so. Basically, we spent like most of the day together, and then at the end of the day, he's like, "Do you want to do dinner with me?" I was like, "Man," like at that point, I was in like leggings and thingy. He's like, "I can drop you home. You go, you do like change, and then I pick you up again." I was like, "Bruh, we've spent the whole day together." He's like, "No, like I still want to spend some time with you." I was like, "Okay."
At the end of that date, were you married?
No,
Once you married.
in my head, yes,
Once you
in my
married,
head, yes.
like
But
yeah.
it was such a lovely date because it was. One, it was just the fact that someone wants to spend that
The
much
whole
time with
day
you.
with you,
get-
yeah.
like you could have been doing anything, but you decided you're going to spend like your time with me. And me, I'm just like I'm so such a lover girl that like I just want you to want me. But I don't ask for much. I just want you to want me enough to show me that you want me. But like, because these other things about of like not over your time. No,
Everyone can't be nonchalant.
no, but
because like
now me, I want you to be chalant. Very, very,
I
very,
would-
very
yeah.
chalant. Like I need you to be damn near clingy.
yeah, same.
You get
Same.
so because I hate guessing. I hate guessing like, oh, does he want me that? No, I don't like I don't want that.
Yeah.
So for me, just for someone to be like, no, I really want to spend time with you, and they're also putting in that effort, like you're driving, like you're going, like you know those TikToks of like just I just want to spend like you when your like person says like, oh, like let's go and run errands together, and you're like like you're like a little
Yeah,
get-
you're like excited,
you're
like
excited, but
like
it's
it's
just
actual
because-
program, but it's
it's
literally
just-
just hanging out with this
exactly.
person.
It's just because you're hanging out with this
Yeah.
person. So I think for me that that has been like one of my favorite ones. And then there's also another one where I was we had been talking, and then this guy I'm like so we're talking about I think Real Housewives, but it was a reality show. So we're talking about real. So, and the guy was like, "Man, Afsa, what do you mean? Like, I would never think you watch reality shows." I was like, "Me." She's like, "Yeah, but I don't know." And this was also that conscious rap time. She's like, "Those two things don't match. Like, this is like very brain dead." And then I was like, not every day serious." So we're talking about it, and then and then for a date, he's like, "Oh, like, do you want, like, he had gone to fans. He's like, "Oh, I got this season. Do you want to come and watch it with me?"
Aw.
I was like, "Oh,"
Oh,
I was like, "Okay."
I get it. You know,
You get
I get it.
get-
Like,
I
and
get-
more so, like a dude willing to watch trash TV with you. Oh,
And like,
that's a love language.
picked me up, had like all the snacks, like was like, "What snacks do you want?" Got snacks, got everything. I'm telling you, we spent like 2 days just binge watching
Yeah.
thingy. And it was really fun because I truly believe reality TV also teaches us about people. So you're there, you're discussing characters, what this thing, bad manners, or so. And I feel like that also helps you understand where someone's thinking. So you get to know each other. in
It's
that way.
educational, is what
It's
you're saying.
educational, very educational, guys.
I'm
I'm
Chillax.
telling you guys. But that was also again I think one of my favorite. I think my favorite dates are really just where it's just very intentional but also very chilled, because like going and like sitting and like, oh my god,
And I
what?
think
Using the right
that
fork.
is a very big misconception that like guys have right now. Like they feel like all women are in a certain category, like in a certain, but like both of us have mentioned that our best dates, there's nothing necessarily like super extravagant about it. It's just like this person was intentional.
Yes.
And they listened
They
to
listen,
you and what you like, and they did things that they know you'd like.
Yeah.
But now these guys want to do one size fits all. They buy you flowers, and I don't know what, I don't
I
like
saw your
flowers.
last episode where a chick was like, the guy came over with
5
flowers.
bouquets.
Like, first of all, I'll tell you, where am I going to put all
How
this?
am I exactly? How am I going to take
do
this
with
stuff
thing?
home?
All those things of like a room with like balloons. I'm like, who's going to clean this up?
That's what I was saying. Wasn't I saying that earlier today? I was like, not all of us want
No,
that.
I
Like,
really
it's great
don't.
and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
shout out to the women who do want it. But this is not
Amazing.
me
No,
trying
no.
to spoil for
Yeah.
those women, because everyone has a different personality, and different personalities like different things.
Yes.
So not all of us are gonna want that one thing. You know what I mean? But now all guys are like, so since this guy did this, I also need to do this.
Of course, now I think really, I really truly believe social media is what is killing a lot of these like very authentic relationships that we create, that we want, that we need.
Yeah.
Because of course you'll see now like there's this girl who her fiance proposed with like drones and stuff like that.
Yes, I saw that.
You get, and now of course the entire timeline is guys being like, now what are we going to do? Da, da, da. I'm like, but your girl might not want drones. Like you just assume that's what every girl wants. So of course now there's also the thing of chicks coming on the internet like, can you imagine he asked me out on a coffee date? I'm worth more than coffee. Yeah,
I think
you are.
Yeah.
But I think also again it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
So me, Afsa, by the way, I actually would like a coffee date because then I get to talk to you properly. But like dinner is so stuffy, it's so this, it's so.
Now,
get-
you know the coffee date thing. I'm one of those people who wouldn't do a coffee date
Yeah,
simply
why?
because it takes me like 2 hours to get ready.
Ah,
I'm not
for
getting.
the
I'm not.
day.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna do a
you
2-hour
see,
makeup thing
for a coffee.
for you to take me to do coffee.
But you
it's
see,
it's kawa.
but
It's
that's the
kawa.
thing,
Let's
I
do a
feel
video
like-
call.
But maybe the coffee date. Maybe you don't have to like get all dressed up. Maybe you don't have to get. All
There's no
dolled
such
up.
thing. If I'm going.
You're
So
going
for
to
me,
meet a
I
potential
don't.
suitor.
Yeah, like when I don't.
You're going to show up.
I don't play those games. Like if I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm going to
Yeah.
meet you in my best
Yeah.
possible self.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
True.
that me without makeup is not my best possible
of
self,
course,
but
I
I
hear you.
feel
For you have to feel your best.
yes.
Also.
So I'm gonna do my
Yeah.
face bit. That face bit takes 2 hours, guys. I'm not even exaggerating. It
Yeah.
does take 2 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna look for an outfit and
And then
wear it, and then I'm gonna do my hair. And then
No, it's a lot of work.
it's
that
a
goes
lot
into
of
getting
work.
yourself to-
Yeah.
You know what? I totally get. You get. And now for me, I'm the kind of person who, if you tell me we're going for coffee, I'll be happy to go for coffee with you. But you're also not going to get the me that you're going to get at dinner.
At dinner.
You get. You're going like I'm going to look cute, but at dinner you're going to get a body. You get, so there's different. You're going to get different versions.
Exactly.
You have to decide which version
Which one you
Yeah,
want.
so, but also, I think if you really like the cutie at the coffee date, then maybe you deserve the body at the dinner.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get you. I hear you. And like we said, exactly what you said, like not one size fits all. There's some
Yeah.
people who are not gonna do 2 hours of makeup,
Yeah.
like many people aren't. So, like everyone just needs to find someone who I think is more aligned with what they like and who they are, and then
Yes.
just like so we can stop fighting. Jesus, I'm tired of
Bruh.
us fighting.
No, but it just that's the thing. And I think that's the thing with men is my thing with men is I keep saying, get the women that want that you want, because the thing is they'll say all these things of like, yeah, women want all these things, they are gold diggers, they're materialistic, but okay, go get the one who's not materialistic.
No. They want the
But
one
you
who
see,
is
you want
materialistic.
the one who's materialistic,
And then they'll
but then
just
you also want to
complain
come and
about
pray for us. But get the one that first of all, get the one that you can afford.
facts.
And then get the one that also wants you, or the one that you actually want, because
Yeah.
you clearly cannot afford the much. Because a guy who can afford the chick that is materialistic will never say that chick is materialistic. No,
Yeah.
because for him, it's the norm.
Yeah. I just want to know, what's your type?
So physically, it's of course. Hear me saying of course, as if like yeah, duh.
Like duh.
Anyway, but of course, I dark skin like. Oof. Like
You're ready.
dark
One
skin.
out.
One out of-
One out of how many?
You know,
Let's
say
go.
tall. Yeah, so dark skin, tall. I love a good dark skin man. Of course, moisturized. Take care of yourself. Like look good. All of that. All of those things. But then also personality wise, I just honestly, I need someone that is themselves. Like just be yourself. Be kind. Be honest. Be truthful. But also intelligence, because now I even say only intelligence because I feel like intelligence is what if you're intelligent and you're funny, then you have banter, because if you're not clever, you can't be funny. If you're not clever, then your funny is like behind of that class funny, which is you.
Yeah. Like if you don't have, yeah. Oscar, one of the guys from
Yeah.
Bandali Mana, were
Yeah.
on the pod, and he said like his, I think, biggest turnoff.
Yeah.
That sounds bad to say out loud is people who aren't intelligent.
But it's true.
Yeah.
You guys, if someone is not clever, they can't be funny. You can't banter with someone who's not clever because those things are just whoop, whoop. Like there's no, but because a person who's not clever,
And
their funny is misogynistic.
I want to
funny,
add a layer. That's
sexual
like
funny. Yeah.
I was gonna be like someone who is not smart. All their jokes are gonna be sexual
Uh-huh.
and misogynistic. Exactly what you said.
Exactly.
Like,
So yeah.
Asa, why does this podcast have to end? Because I feel like we've just started on something else.
Next time I come, I won't talk about my work.
Yeah, actually, let's first scrap that part. Let's now get into the good stuff. But no, for
Okay,
real,
yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, so you see, so that's the thing. So that's why for me, I'm very, very keen on intelligence. And I don't want this pseudo intelligence of you've read about 48 laws of power. No. Like you, no. Because that's the intelligence that you've borrowed from
Yes.
someone else and you think it's very
It's
cool.
yours.
But like genuinely a clever person, you get like a clever person, an exposed learned person. Because then I know that person's going to be funny. They're going to have their own personality because someone who's clever doesn't need to borrow from other people, from like other things. So for me, that's very key. Yeah, I think that. But again, I don't want anything that like just has like a whiff of misogyny in it. Ew. I don't
Yeah.
want.
Okay.
But I think that's why I'm also very attracted to like people to like guys who are very not I don't want to say metrosexual, but like a guy who doesn't mind like having a piercing. You get like they don't see it as like, oh my god, what do you mean? Like you get
Yeah.
so stuff like that, because I feel like someone like that has, which by the way is not true, it's not one size fits all, but from my experience, at least here, like in Africa, is a guy who doesn't mind like having like a nose piercing, like he's not going to like thingy at it and stuff like that. Most of the time is going to be more chilled, and every man is misogynistic to a certain level, but like that misogyny will be a little bit less.
At what level
At
is
what
it?
level am I dealing with it?
What is your red flag? You as Afsa, red flag that you possess.
Me as me.
Red flag or toxic trait?
Toxic trait. I mean, you clocked me in the beginning. I am very, very avoidant. I am super avoidant. But I think it's a way. Of course, it's a defense mechanism of I'm not about to be getting heartbroken and whatever and stuff like that. But also, man, the trash that we've dealt with in this Kampala, I'm like, miss me with that. So I think that's my toxic trait is super. Also, I will run from a situation. Like I'm not, I keep me and my friends are always saying, Afsa, you're the problem, like, because there are a lot of situations I see where, like, those stories were like, oh yeah, we went through this and we worked it out. I was like, I would never, like, I would not be here. At the whiff of anything, I'm out the door, because I'm like, guys, I'm not here to suffer. I'm not here to struggle. I'm not here for problems. So I'm very quick to cut off, which of course is not the best thing. It has really protected me from a lot of dangerous situations, of very fucked up situations, but it's also like you need to give situations a chance, things a chance. So for me at the moment, like, I've cut people off for just making like a misogynistic comment, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with that.
No, that's fair. Honestly speaking,
Get.
no.
In this
like,
day and time, right? Because those things build up.
Yeah, they build up, and it's like I don't know, like, where we're going to draw the line between this being a red flag that I'm avoiding and me being avoidant. Because, like, at certain times,
right?
It's like,
warranted.
I don't want to see how red this flag can get. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm going to
That is
leave
exactly
right
it.
now.
Let me leave.
But then also at some point, no one is perfect. So, you know what I mean? Like,
You're there. You don't know.
you're
But
there.
yeah.
You know what, Afsa? That's all the time we had, unfortunately. But I'm not going to let you go right now. We're going to first play a game.
Okay, let's go.
So we're going to play a game of serious or never that serious.
Okay.
We're going to start off with friendships. Your friend shows up late every time. Is that serious or never that serious?
It's very serious because, bruh, I barely have an hour in my day to do anything. So if I've made the time for you, please just like respect that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't hype your wins publicly. Your friend doesn't hype your wins publicly. Serious or never that serious?
But do they hype me? Like, are they supportive to
Like
me?
in private?
Yes.
Okay, let's say yes, they are supportive in private,
it's
but
never that serious.
it's never that serious.
Yeah.
Okay. They only call when they need something. Serious or never that
Oh,
serious?
that's serious.
Yeah.
That's serious because then are we friends or am I just your provider?
Yeah. Not provider.
Bruh. Because when you want something is when you need me to provide something is when you call.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's serious. I think that's serious.
Okay, they have a party and don't invite you. Serious, never that serious.
Me, as me, Afsa, it's never that serious because they've probably invited me to like 3 before that,
And so now it just
And now they're like,
circumstantial or
yeah.
something.
But no, I don't think it's ever that serious because I mean, you never know. It's I that's not something that I would take seriously.
Me, I would take it personally.
Really, no.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't. I definitely no. I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. They always bring their partner everywhere. Serious, never that serious.
Oh, very serious. Leave that man at home. That's your man, not my man. I don't need to be spending time with him like that. Leave him where you found him. Okay, where you left him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why? There's no reason why he should come and just like kill the vibe.
Not even,
Not even kill the
Be
vibe.
fun.
Yes,
But the
but
thing
like
is, that's not my man.
the things we can
have
talk
no-
about when he's not around, and the things we can talk about when he's around
Are
are two different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's unless you go and tell him the things we'll be talking about, then now you see that's
And you
also
should not be
and
doing
you shouldn't
that.
be doing that.
Yeah.
But also that's not my man.
Yeah.
That is your man. I have no business spending time my personal private time with him. Please leave him where you left him.
Yeah. Agreed. Leave. Like you guys can do your hangouts once, and okay, maybe once in a while.
In a while, yeah.
But like when it's
let's discuss if men are allowed at this hangout. Let's not always assume they are allowed.
okay, they don't defend you when you're not in the room.
Oh, very serious, very serious. I actually asked, like, I have this rule. If you come to me and you be like, oh yeah, like this one was saying this, or they were saying this. My question, I always have 2 questions. I'm like, 1, why did they feel comfortable saying that in front of you? And 2, what did you say? Like, what did you
When
say?
that was said,
when
what
that
did
was
you
said?
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is a bit of a rock and a hard place. Have you ever had 2 friends who are beefing?
Probably.
And then this one talks shit and this one talks shit. Me, I usually just stay out of it.
But you see, that's different. You
Yeah.
get. I think that's a different situation of if you have friends and they're not talking to each other or they're having problems amongst each other. I think that's different because they're really both venting to you
They're
as
venting
friends.
to you.
I think the way I understood your question was like
When someone
let me
is
see, in a
talking.
room, like in a room of like maybe people that I don't know or like maybe acquaintances and they're just talking shit about me. And then it's like, and it's not necessarily even that they're venting to you. They're just like, people are just, I mean, we gossip.
Talking
and
shit.
And my name comes up and they're talking shit and you're also there just, and then you come and tell me that gossip that was said. Why was it said when you were there?
Yeah. Agreed. This is in general, right? They watch your story, but don't reply to your messages. But they're watching your stories. Serious, never that serious.
Never serious. Because, bruh, I'm a culprit.
You do that?
I do that a lot, but it's also you guys' messages are so anxiety. Like I get anxious because of
They're
messages.
so anxiety inducing.
Actually, that's the word. I really get anxious because like sometimes I even know what we're talking about, but it's just I'm not ready to look at them. So I think this, and also it could be that thing, that what I was saying at the beginning of the conversation where Liz and I have 5 different conversations on 5 different platforms. So it could also be that. I've started a conversation here, but I'll go back to the other one. Just give me time.
Wow, you've defended yourself, but
I really tried. Yeah, for me, I can never take that. Like, if someone doesn't reply to my messages, unless you're a man. If you're a man, you need to reply to me now.
by the way,
Otherwise-
that's another conversation because I have that fight with my friends all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, you leave me on red for days, but if
when-
your man left you on red for days, how would that feel?
What else is he doing?
So you need to treat me the way you want to be treated by your man.
But I'm not your man.
I'm more important even than that man, in my opinion.
You have nothing else to do than attend to me.
Okay, so this is the final game. Sorry,
Okay.
this is our final game. But I want you to pick. One has to go. So I'm going to give you 3 to 4 options. You pick the one that's going.
Okay.
Okay, Beyonce, Rihanna, Adele, Caesar. One has to go.
How dare you? Adele.
One has to go.
Adele.
Adele has to go. Damn.
I'm sorry.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Okay, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Ashake.
Oh, Davido.
Damn. Didn't even think about it. Okay.
That was easy.
Afrobeats, hip hop, amapiano, especially you conscious rapper. Afrobeats, hip hop, amapiano.
Amapiano.
Amapiano is going?
Yeah, it's going.
I think it's a millennial thing. I'm
It
now
is.
starting to
The
realize.
thing is, I do enjoy a good Amapiano set,
Yeah.
but
If it must
I
go,
cannot shake my ass to Amapiano like that. So
one can argue.
I mean, yeah, one can argue true, but me as me, Afsa,
Yeah.
yeah, because I need someone instructing me to shake my ass for me to shake my ass. And Amapiano, there are no one's
As shaking.
I need
It's
that
not-
instruction.
It
I
is
need
only
me to get
implied.
down.
Yeah, it's
I
only
need me to get down, throw it back.
Okay, Thames, Ira Star, Tyler.
Thames, Arasta,
Tyler.
Tyler. There has to be a fourth one.
That's it.
Tyler.
Tyler's boomed.
Yeah, Tyler's boom.
Damn.
She's cute, she's sweet, but
But if it Thames and Ira Star,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Drake, Kendrick, Cole. I've stopped there. Drake, Kendrick,
there's
and
another
Cole.
one,
There's no one. There's no one. Are you the one this side of the phone?
okay, Drake has to go. And the thing is, funny thing is, like, oof, you guys, men. Anyway, there's this one time where I listened to Drake and listened to Drake because what? Someone's son. But the funny thing is, I had actually completely failed to get into Drake
What?
until is it never that serious? No, the album. So,
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. Nothing was ever the same. The album came out. That was the first Drake album that I actually enjoyed. Do you know at that point I wasn't talking to that person?
Oh, no.
When finally I was
When
like,
you were
okay,
finally
fine,
sold.
Fine, I was finally sold. We're not talking anymore. I was like, now look at this. But because of my lifestyle, of course, just rap. Drake has to go.
I get it. Most people who are into that kind of rap are rarely
Yeah.
Drake fans.
Yeah.
But Drake, for me, the thing that I give him is the versatility. Drake has a song for every mood.
Yeah, that's true.
As shaking, it's
Yes,
there. In
uh-huh.
my
In my
feelings,
feelings,
it's
it's
there.
there.
Get ready
I
with me to
agree.
God,
Uh-huh,
it's there.
it's
You know
there.
what I mean? Like
He can't, like, that's the
everything.
thing. And you see, the thing is, like, at some point, Drake was making music for the girls.
Mm.
Like, he'll never admit it, but at some point, he was making music for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, he was
because
making music
all our
for us.
captions were Drake captions. All our what you get, like, it was Drake.
To this
like, he was
day.
making feelings music for the girls and then for the guys who are always in their feelings,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
But man, also, like, he's also a bit corny. Like, I'm sorry. So there's also that.
Anyway, Afsa, it's been nice having you. Thank you so
It's nice being here. This is so much
I'm gonna
fun.
cut you off there. I'm gonna let you finish. We shall not tolerate any Drake slander on this podcast. I'm joking, but no, seriously, it's been such a
Yeah.
blast. I'm so glad you came through.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you making
Thank
the
you
time.
so much for having me.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
And
I
you have
enjoyed
to
this.
come back. We have
Please
unfinished
have me
business.
back. This time we just start directly.
We go into the thing.
We leave the work things alone.
And guys, please
Yeah.
don't forget to share this video with people who you think are gonna love it, and also like and subscribe, because that's how we grow. I've been at Zest. This beautiful, beautiful place is called Zest, and they have amazing food, cocktails. That's very important to note, and alcohol. Alcohol in the cocktails, but also alcohol on its own. You know what I mean? Like, just you never know what
If you
type
like
of day it
neat, If
is.
you like it on ice, if you like it in cocktails, they've got you.
Exactly. So don't forget to stop by. And I'm dressed by STW, so also go check them out on Instagram. And their physical location is Shirabo Complex in Bukoto. Until next time, guys. Bye. Mwah.